Marjorie Greene is suing another person, this time Twitter, because they banned her and she believes that she's owed damages. She's been providing a lot of damage to the country, to our political discourse, and now she wants money. Listen to this.
Yes, I've already talked to an attorney. I spoke with him last week, John, because I believe these are it's a complete violation of my freedom of speech. I was a private citizen and I'm owed damages. They have no right to do this to me. I just need to find out how many people I need to name on lawsuits and the social media companies. I've had enough of it. You know, I'm the only sitting member of Congress that had my personal account permanently banned by Twitter for so-called COVID misinformation.
That is a distinction. You must be very proud of yourself at this point. But yes, they did. Couple fact checks real quick. She says they have no right to do this. Yeah, they do. They 100% do. You bring up your First Amendment rights. Twitter is very much not the government. I looked into it. They're not part of the executive branch. They're not part of the judicial branch. They ain't in Congress. That's not what the First Amendment is about. And you 100% believe that corporations should have quite a bit of autonomy over what happens on their products and services. You just want to carve out this narrow exception where the government gets to tell this corporation what to do because it might benefit you. But yes, they did ban her for multiple violations of their rules on COVID misinformation. These were clearly available standards of conduct that she knew about, that she violated multiple times, knowing what the consequences would be, and now she acts surprised by the results. And so here's the thing though, it is easy for me to point out that factually she doesn't have a case, but actually more importantly than that, she says that she was banned from Twitter, but was she? Her personal account was banned, and yet you know that she still tweets. That's her congressional account. But here's the thing that has fascinated me about that distinction. Normally, when you have two accounts, like there's at Bernie Sanders, there's at Senator Sanders, they're not the same thing. Usually the personal one's more personal and your office controls the second. It's about, in theory, when you're gonna meet up with constituents for a community meeting or a town hall, doing an ad, raising money, that sort of thing. That is not the distinction that we see here. So I'm gonna give you an idea of just I went to her Twitter account and just looked at a couple of things on her official Rep MTG. Today and every day is 1776. Never give up our freedoms. Never let this left steal them away. Be a watchman on the wall and stay on guard every single second of every single day, because the left will stop at nothing until they destroy our faith, our families, and our freedoms. Other than the freedoms for social media corporations to have rules of conduct. She doesn't want that freedom to exist. This tweet is from 11 hours ago. How can you possibly know the power of women when you can't even define what a woman is? Or this, I don't even know what she was talking about. I think it was something with a social media company. A literal example of fascism and a very illegal one too. This one is going to be costly and a few more things, personally making sure of it. How is this in any way different than what you would be tweeting on your personal Twitter? This is just her personal Twitter with rep before it. And so how has her freedom of speech been taken away? How have they not banned this account too, JR? She's still on Twitter.
This is the part she's complaining about. I'm not on Twitter as she tweets on Twitter. Or maybe it's one of our staffers. They're like, I gotta think like Marjorie Taylor Greene. Let me just say something really, really dumb.
Yeah.
First of all, how likely is it that she's talked to an attorney? We already know that all this is general BS and she's fake.
Yeah.
So that part I'm not even sure in the first place. But also, hey, why not me too? I haven't been able to get on Truth Social. There's been plenty of people who've been trying to get on Truth Social so they can find out what all's going on. Maybe even say a few snarky things so they can get kicked off suddenly, which also has happened. They're limiting people's freedom of speech in this country. How dare Truth Social and Donald Trump step on the liberties of real Americans? They just want to take part in the unity that those Republicans are taking part in over there, right? Also, hey, I drank my ass off at this bar, got into a bar fight, and can you believe the bouncers kicked me out? You can't do this to me. I have a right to drink in this country. You know the legal drinking age is 21. I'm 42 years old. How dare you? You kick me out of this bar just because I got drunk? This bartender can't tell me how much to drink. Yes, they can. They can kick your ass out of their establishment anytime they want based off of their rules. If you don't like it, don't come back. One more thing, those other tweets you talked about, we need to stop this fascism. I have an organization you can join. It's called Antifa.
They're against it. I appreciated that, JR. Very entertaining. I want to tweak two things though. So one, on the metaphor of being thrown out of the bar. If Twitter is the bar, you go into the bar, you get wasted, you start breaking stuff, they throw you out, but they allow you to continue going in and drinking as long as you wear a tie. You can still get wasted, you can still break stuff, but you're fancier now, and they appreciate that. Also, I actually have a contact inside the office of Marjorie Greene, and when they are trying to figure out what to tweet, they're not trying to think how she would think. What they're doing is concocting a potion that is 2 parts paint to 3 parts glue, and then they suck every fume out of that thing until there's nothing in their brain but smoke and chaos. Then they tweet whatever occurs to them at that point. Anyway, okay, we don't have time for.
I enjoy smoking chaos.
I enjoy smoking chaos. That's my bar trivia team name.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.